This is a brand new Hyundai Palisade. I'll tell you the truth. Is it good? Is it bad? This isn't a demo from some dealer. This is a car that somebody actually owns. And they're not going to lie about it. You're going to find the truth about it. They paid $45,000 and it's a big SUV. Now, this is the biggest SUV internal combustion engine vehicle that Hyundai makes. They also make their Ioniq that's like 3 inches longer, but let me tell you something. Last year they sold like 130-something thousand of these. Yeah, and they sold like less than 4,000 of the electric vehicles. Americans don't want electric vehicles, so you can throw that out the window. Now as we look under the hood, this is a conventional engine. It's a 3.5 liter V6 engine. 2026 is the first year they put a hybrid in. This is not the hybrid. This is a conventional V6. And you'll see the absolute difference in gas mileage. This thing will get in the high teens to 21 miles a gallon in eco mode, right? If it was a hybrid, they can get around 35 miles a gallon. So a lot of people are going for the hybrids, but I have to say one thing. You should never buy a new thing that came out, and the hybrid is their first hybrid Palisade. This is a really dependable 3.5 liter V6. Hyundai actually makes pretty good V6 engines. It's their four bangers that have had all the problems. A double problem as far as I'm concerned. The new ones are hybrid they never made before, but it has a 4-cylinder turbocharged engine with the hybrid. I'm not a fan of turbocharged engines, and I'm not a fan of Korean 4-cylinder engine either. So, if maybe you're thinking, I want to get better gas mileage with one of these things, and you're tempted to get one of these Palisades that is a hybrid, realize it's a new design, it's a 4-cylinder turbo. I'd say don't buy it, lease it. Then if there's problems, you get rid of it when the lease is up. You don't have to deal with it. And truthfully, the way the car market's going these days, car manufacturers are dying to get the car sold. All the dealers are dying to get them off their lots. If you lease a car from them, say 3 years later you decide you want the car, you could probably get a really good price buying it back from them because they don't want yet another car put on their lot that they got to try to sell. So you could do it as an experiment. You could lease one, and then if it works out great, you're not gambling. If it didn't work out, hey, you don't own it, so you don't care. So I'd say he made a wise choice here getting a 3.5 V6, even though it's worse gas mileage, because this thing, they have history. These 6-cylinder engines last a long time. Contrarily, the 4-cylinder Hyundais have histories of engine problems, and it's a turbo 4, even though it's a hybrid. And yeah, it can get 35 miles a gallon in town and maybe 32 on a highway, but you're taking a chance with something like that. Now, the 2026 was a big redesign on these things. They've done a lot, so let's look inside. It's nice and light inside. We'll start her up. Of course, everything's electronic. Kind of cool little designs, right? Obey traffic rules, telling you how to drive. Electronics, you saw, it's just 100-watt max. Got a charger if you want to charge it direct. Nice armrest. It's got a big old sunroof. And we'll put her in reverse. You can see it's got a really nice backup camera. And you can do different perspectives, right? You can get a real wide angle one, which I like because people are always flying around here in big trucks, so I would use the wide angle one. Mine has more leg room for the second row and also for the third row. It's got more room. They realize Americans are big. They want a lot of room, right? We'll open the back. Take a look. Now, of course, with the third row of seats, it's got a smaller area here, but of course, you know, you can throw these seats down and make it a larger area if you're not carrying extra passengers. Comes with decent tires, nice rims. The vehicle itself is longer. Like you say, it's their biggest SUV. Aside from their Ioniq electric car, like I say, nobody's buying those things, in the United States at least. A bunch of electric outlets on it. Got hill hold, parking assist, intelligent cruise control that works quite well. It has a nice integrated screen with the dash. Dual climate control, of course. It does have that stupid automatic start-stop, but as you can see, you can turn it off as soon as you turn the car. It has tow range. You can turn traction control off. Now, when you're talking cars, you always have to talk price. He paid $45,000 for this. And it is a 3-row SUV, like I say, other than their electric thing. The Ioniq, I guess it's Ioniq 9 now. This is the largest vehicle that they make, Hyundai makes, and you can fit quite a few people in it. But that said, the owner said, yeah, he didn't like the 3rd row. He thought it was too small because he got rid of a Yukon that he had. He got a lot of money for the Yukon. He got all that. It's like 50 grand trade-in. So he got rid of the Yukon that was really getting bad gas mileage and went into this thing. And he complained a little bit about, the room in the back. But, yeah, the Yukon has more room, certainly. But it costs more, and you're going to get a lot worse gas mileage. And, of course, the problem today is a lot of companies are raising the price of their hybrids. I checked around here. If he bought the hybrid version of this today in Rhode Island, he wouldn't have paid $45,000. He would have spent $10,000 to $15,000 more because, 1, they cost more, and 2, they're marking them up more. So, realize that. Now, you're going to pay a lot more for the hybrid. And this is the H-Trek all-wheel drive. Hence, you'll get a little bit worse gas mileage. But a lot of people want all-wheel drive, especially. Had a lot of snow this year in Rhode Island. As you can see under the hood, there's a lot of working room. Now, if you need to do work, there's a lot of working room. But considering that it has a 100,000 mile powertrain warranty, the warranties on Hyundai is a pretty good warranty. So even if you did, let's say, buy the hybrid because you wanted to get 35 miles a gallon instead of 20, it's got a long warranty. So it's not like if the hybrid system breaks down, you got it for 100,000 miles that they're going to have to fix anything that goes wrong with it. Let's buckle up, take for a spin. Of course, everything's electronic. It automatically takes the parking brake off. And like I said, I like the wide view, so let's go wide. There. The wide view's a lot cooler. And here we go. Nice wide view. So far, it's smooth as silk. And it's only got 7,079 miles on it. It better be running good, right? So let's take it over the big hump here and see how it goes. And not bad. You know, it's a giant hump. Everything's digital. Speedometer, tachometer. Got a nice compass in the middle in case you are lost and want to know which way's north, which way's south. Pretty smooth ride. Realize this baby's got a pretty big wheelbase. It's the biggest one they make, so it's going to handle the bumps pretty good. These are really bumpy roads here, and it's handling it quite well. So we'll take it up, see what kind of acceleration it has from a start. So if anybody's coming, one's coming there, none are there. Wow, this is a rarity. There's almost always 1 million people coming out of here. So here we go. We'll give it some gas. Nice pickup, right? It's got a nice pickup to it. Now, granted, it's going to use a lot of gas. Best you're going to get is low 20s. And if you're in town a lot, you're probably getting the teens. That's the disadvantage of a V6 engine. That's 3.5 liters in a vehicle that's as heavy as this is. You can tell they made it for old people. It turns signal clicks and it's super loud. You can't mistake that. You'd have to be deaf in order to not hear that when you're going down the road. Very comfy leather steering wheel. Nice size, not too big, not too small. Of course, the brakes are smooth. It also has a very good intelligent cruise control system that works quite well. And it does have a very smooth power delivery with this V6 engine. And in that respect, if anybody has one of these that's the hybrid, please bring it to me. Just email scottykilmer@gmail.com. I'm in Portsmouth, Rhode Island until August, and I would love to try one out to see what the difference is between this V6 and the 4-cylinder turbo hybrid. Like I say, it's the first year they've offered a hybrid in this big vehicle. I personally wouldn't buy one, but hey, if anybody's smart, lease one and bring it over here. I'll take you out to lunch. I'd love to try it out to compare the two. Extremely stable platform. Corners really well. Especially since it's got that all-track, it's going to go good in the rain and the snow. They had no problems with it this winter where they had record snowfall here in Rhode Island. Nice big screen for navigation. I say that's easy to read. This V6 engine has a decent range, about 414 mile range. But The hybrid version has a 619-mile range. So, if you're looking for something with really a lot of range, you'd probably think of getting the hybrid instead. Now, last year, like I said, they sold almost 140,000 of these. We'll see how many they sold this year, but people like large SUVs, and in this price range, you know, you're very limited what you're going to be able to get for, in his case, it was $45,000. For something that's this big. You'll never get a Toyota in this size by any stretch of the imagination. When you turn it off, it automatically puts it in park. I kind of like that. It's got a very colorful interior. I think it's very nice, very conservative. We go in the back seats. We'll take a gander back here. And yes, they do have more legroom than they used to. Even in the back, not as much in the back, but still. Quite a bit of legroom. Nice storage, heating, AC vents up the wazoo for the back people too. I have to say, at least from appearance's sake, you get an awful lot for the 45,000 bucks that he paid for this car. You know, if you know me, I'm not a big fan of Hyundai, but for the money that this thing cost, and these V6 engines are actually pretty dependable engines. It's the 4s that generally have a problem with these things, but you might want a hybrid and get better gas mods. Like I say, I'm not a fan. I would never buy the first year model of anything that's brand new. Who knows if they're going to have problems. Granted, they got a 100,000 mile power warranty, so if the hybrid went out or the 4-cylinder turbo went out, they'd have to replace it. And if you look at the history of Hyundai, they have replaced a lot of engines, 4-cylinder engines, in the past. So, hey, if you're really smart, though, you'd lease it just to see if it's something you like or not. Now, you know what you get with one of these things? A brand new 26. Last year, like I said, they sold almost 140,000 of them. And with the price of these, I would say this year they'll probably do even better because people are looking for a large 3-row system so people can actually sit in the back. And for that kind of money, $45,000, the average car is over 50 grand now. It's got a lot of space, and sure, V6 is going to get bad gas mods. You're going to get in the teens in town. Nothing you can do about that. You can get the hybrid if you don't mind gambling, but 100,000 miles, it's not really a gamble, really. Unless you drive a lot, in which case, if you drive 100,000 miles a year, the warranty's gone after the first year. But for most people that are driving 15, 20,000 miles a year, you don't have to think about it for 5 or 6 years. It'd still be under warranty. And, hey, nice cars, got a lot of features. Hyundai sneaking their way into the luxury SUV market now. Even though this isn't their biggest one, the electric one, yeah, nobody's buying them. I've seen 2 of them my entire life on a highway, the Ioniq, and now I guess they're up to the Ioniq 9. Gotta say, it's a pretty impressive vehicle for that kind of money. And you'd have to decide, would you want to get a V6? Would you want to get a turbo 4 hybrid and get better gas mileage? Well, that's up to you. Now that you know all the facts about it, you can at least make a wise decision. So if you never want to miss another one of my new car repair videos, remember to ring that bell.